Advantages and merit of indirect taxes. The merit of indirect taxes are briefly explained as follows. Convenient. Indirect taxes are imposed on the production, sales, and movement of goods and service. These are imposed on the manufacturers, sellers, traders, but their burdens may be shifted to the consumer of goods, service, who are final taxpayer. Such taxes in the form of high prices are paid only on the purchase of commodity or the enjoyment of a service. So taxpayers do not feel the burden on these taxes. Besides, money burden on the indirect taxes is not completely felt since the taxes now amount is actually hidden is the price of commodity brought. They are also the convenient because generally they are paid with small amount and at intervals are not in one lump sum. They are convenient from the one point of view of the government. Government also seen the tax is collected generally as lump sum from the manufacturer of trader, difficult to evade. Indirect Indirect taxes have built safeguard against the tax evasion. The indirect tax are paid by the customers and the sellers have to collect to remit to the government. In the case of many products, the selling price is inclusive to indirect taxes. Therefore, the customer has no opportunity to evade the indirect taxes. Wide coverage. Unlikely direct taxes, the indirect taxes are the wide coverage. Majority of the products or the service and subject to indirect taxes. The consumer or the user of such products and service have to pay them. Elastic. Some of the indirect taxes are the elastic in nature. When government feel it's necessary to increase its revenue, it's increase these taxes. In time of prosperity, indirect taxes produce huge revenue to the government. Universality. Indirect taxes are paid by all class of people, so they broad-based. Poor people may be out of the next of the income taxes, but they paid indirect tax while buying goods. Influence on the pattern of production. By imposing taxes on certain commodity,
आराम से बोलो तो बोलो, कोई समस्या नहीं है। ये सब भी कंटेंट बनता है, मैं ठीक करूँगा। कितना मिनट
कहा
हुआ?
था the
The
motivation
monetized channel with
the
important and taxes.
motivation to work safe the motivation to work safe since the most of the indirect taxes are not progressive in nature. Individually may not mind to pay them. In other words, indirect taxes are generally regressive in nature. Therefore, individual would not be demotivated to work to save, which may increase investment. Social welfare. The indirect taxes promote the social welfare. The amount collected by of taxes is utilized by the government, so the welfare activities include the education, health, and family welfare. Secondary, very high taxes are imposed on the consumption of the harmful products such as alcoholic products, tobacco products, and such other products. So it not only check the consumption but also enable the government to collect substantially revenue in this manner. Flexibility and buoyancy are last topic. The indirect taxes are the most flexible and beyond. Flexibility is the ability of the tax to generate the proportionately higher tax revenue with a change in the tax base of the buoyancy is wider concept as it involves of the tax system to generate the proportionally higher tax revenue with the change in the tax base as well as tax rate. Disadvantage and demerits of indirect taxes: high cost collection, in increase income inequalities, affects consumption. High cost collection. Indirect taxes fails to satisfy the principle of economy. Increase income inequalities. Generally, the direct taxes are regressive in the
हाँ तुम
nature.
होंगी रखो।
Affect affect consumption. Indirect taxes are affect to consumption of the certain products. Now, अगला topic. Lack of consciousness. Indirect taxes do not create any social consciousness as the taxpayer do not feel the burden of the tax they pay. Uncertainty. Indirect taxes are often to certain
हो गया
tax on the community
हो गया
with
7 मिनट।
a elastic demand and the certain on demands. Okay. Inflammation and the possibility of tax evasion. तो गाइस दिस इज़ माय वीडियो। मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में, तब तक टेक केयर, बाय, अल्लाह हाफिज़।